That's taller than me. Right, I am going to start with a little bit of an apology, well not really an apology, but a kind of disclaimer. Before I introduce myself or anything, I'm an asthmatic. This is serious, like, I'm having a little bit of trouble with my asthma, but I forgot to bring my inhaler. I'm alright, Mum, don't worry. But I did a bit of off-the-cuff science, which is basically, all inhalers are kind of vasodilators, so they open up the airways in the lung, and a stimulant. So I just had a Red Bull. So this 10-minute set is going to be intense. It's true. I learned it from Quantum Leap, that you can do that. So I am Lisa. This is my Twitter handle, @LisaNeuro. You can tweet to or about me. But do remember the old saying, if you don't have anything nice to say, the mean things are bloody hilarious. I am a neuroscientist, and I really love brains. And all my friends, everyone who knows me, know that I really love brains. Or they think I don't have any other hobbies. Because every Christmas, every birthday, I get a brain-themed present. I have a cuddly brain cell. I have a very, very beautiful brain necklace I've got on now. I have pictures of brains, models of brains. I even have a scented soap in the shape of a brain. Thanks, babe. But yeah, so I've got a lot of things. I even got a brain cake. Which was filled with jam, so it was gruesome and delicious. Yeah, so I said I'm a neuroscientist. Probably the only neuroscientist you'll ever see that uses a My Little Pony as a style icon. And actually I'm a neuropsychopharmacologist. That's a really, really long word. And I usually lose people towards the end of it. And if I say neuroscientist, I can usually make it at least to the end of the sentence. So, my road to neuroscience was not entirely smooth, you know, it's really hard to imagine, but when someone said to me when I was a little girl, what do you want to be when you grow up? I'd say, I want to be a neuroscientist. Mainly because that's not my accent, but I didn't say that. I mean, I was young, I was naive, I had the same dreams as any little girl. I was no different. I wanted to be a marine biologist. And some people are thinking, with the theme you've gone with tonight, Lisa, maybe you are personifying the ocean. Mermaid hair, all in blue. So maybe you should have stuck with it. But I'm really glad I didn't, because it turns out I'm absolutely terrified of the ocean. So I'm a neuroscientist, or, you know, whatever, you can stick with. And I've forgotten my next bit. Oh yes, yeah. So let's say the road to neuroscience was not a smooth one. I had a few jobs before. I could have come on and said, hi, my name's Lisa. I'm a recovering accountant. And it's true, I used to be a pensions accountant. After 2008 and the global financial crisis, pensions just weren't as fun. Kind of took the edge, you know, the sparkle out of it. So I thought, what can I do instead? I'll research serious mental health illness issues, because that's so uplifting. So that's what I do. I research schizophrenia and exercise. More specifically, how you can use exercise to help treat some of the symptoms of schizophrenia. You've probably seen a lot of stuff in the news recently about exercise and being great, because it does seem to be somewhat of a literal panacea. It helps with Parkinson's, depression, and it's even been shown to delay the onset of Alzheimer's. So, next time you have to go to the gym, you really don't feel like it, and it's dark outside, you can imagine me whispering in your ear, dementia. You're welcome. So, I'm also, as well as a neuroscientist, I am a translational researcher. So that means that I work with humans and I work with animals. So the reason I do that is because even with the technology as great as it is now, it's actually really difficult to tell what's going on when someone's recovering from an illness, or, you know, how they recover. So that's why we use the models. Mainly because if you write into consent form, I would like a slice of your brain, people really just don't sign it. that's the way it is. So I'm sure you can imagine how schizophrenia exercise research would work, as that rebel, would work in people. So you say, you know, go to someone with schizophrenia and say, please could you do this exercise program, and then ask them how they feel afterwards. So how do you do it with animals? Well, I work with rats, and so how do you give a rat schizophrenia? Loads of Class A drugs. So that's that sorted, right? So, you know, how do you make an animal rat exercise? They're actually quite keen on it. If you give them a wheel, they'll just run away. So I basically set up a rat gym. Actually, one of the academic talks that I give, I've called gym rats because I think I'm hilarious. But the symbol doesn't go down that well, actually. But the symbol I use is this one. Which is adorable, isn't it? Funnily enough, it's the only thing anyone remembers from that talk. Now, I am in talk with sponsors, so soon this might start to look a bit more like this. I have been in talks with Nike, actually, who are quite keen on leading with the marketing "Just Chew It." Groans, I deserve that, it's fine. Yeah, basically, that's what I do. I take rats that have been on a bender to rival any rock stars, give them exercise and see if they're better after it. So it's pretty straightforward, I don't really know why they pay me. But to finish, I would like to do a quiz. Now, this is clever science, you knew there was going to be a test. So maybe not a test, a game. Let's call it a game, that'll make it better, make it funnier. And the game we're going to play is Neurofact or Neuro Bullshit. The animations only get worse from here. And so basically the rules are that I'm going to put a statement up, and then I'm going to ask you, you think it's neurofact or neuro bullshit. You have to say neuro in front of it, otherwise it's not science. So also my mum's in the audience, I'm sorry for all the swears. But okay, so neurofacts or neuro bullshit. So our first one is humans use only 10% of their brain. Oh, that was quite resounding bullshit, and it is a steaming pile of neuro bullshit. I don't know where this comes from, but it is a really popular one in Hollywood. I think because it does give you a bit of kind of creative wiggle room. You're like, if you only use 10% of your brain, then imagine what you could do if you used the other 90%. Maybe like telekinesis. No, that's not how it works. Although actually there is, we always know there's an exception to prove the rule. And we believe now there are subpopulations that probably only use 10% of their brain. One of these individuals is Donald Trump. Topical! So the next one is, people are either left-brained or right-brained. Neurofacts or neuro bullshit! It's quite an aggressive audience, I like it. So this is the idea for anyone who kind of hasn't heard this before. It's that if you're right-brained, you're very creative, and if you're left-brained, you're more logical and analytical. You guys are really clever, because this is, again, bullshit. This is the thing I get asked about most whenever I do like public engagement or I go to museums, things like that. I think, my husband's very right-brain, I'm very left-brain. I'm like, kind of both bird-brain. I'm going to give you one more. So one more statement. There are more neurons in your brain than there are people on the planet. What do you think? I think mostly fact, okay. What? Fire. Oh, hi. Okay. This is not an auction. So this is an amazing fact. You're actually absolutely right. There are nearly 12 times as many neurons in your brain as there are people on the planet. It's 85 billion neurons, give or take. And there are somewhere between 100 and 500 trillion connections between them. Which is amazing, really. We say, well, somewhere, but it's quite a big kind of margin for error, isn't it? But the reason is we can't actually count them. So it's kind of a shot in the dark, but there is definitely a lot of neurons in your brain. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is all the bullshit I have for you this evening. And just remember, don't believe everything that you read on the internet. And you don't need the neuro bullshit, because the neuro facts are good enough and speak for themselves. Thank you very much.